Small. Wow, tiny.
You are currently listening to Tiny Table,
where we explore TTRPGs you might not have heard of.
Whether big or small, we hope to cover them all.
Because we know that great things can come in tiny packages.
Hello and welcome to Tiny Table, where no game is too small. From rules to rolling to review, we teach RPGs so you can play too. And today, we are very excited to introduce our new entry from our community poll. We are here for our very first playthrough of Here, There, Be Monsters. Wanted to give a huge thank you and shout out to everybody who has sent us games to our inbox at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com. We'll be regularly doing more of these polls, first on our Tumblr before they finalize on our Patreon to figure out what we play from our community submissions. Super excited to get into this game, and frankly, I want to dive right into it. So could I have us all go around, introduce your name, your pronouns, and if you could be a fictional creature, what would you be?
Hi, I'm Holly, she, they interchangeably, and you all know, I would be a fae being or a dragon, so I guess a fairy dragon. I am a fae, and I love dragons.
It is true.
It's known about me.
The best of both worlds and also the two strongest Pokemon types. And with that, hi, I'm Skylar, he, they, also interchangeable, and for me, I'd be a Wukong. I'd be like a freaky little trickster demigod, but specifically one that has like, I don't know, stinky animal qualities, you know? something that's just like a little nasty, but like kind of fun, you know? I'd be shape-shifting, I'd be getting on people's nerves, I'd be having dope powers and getting into fights I probably shouldn't and just barely coming out on top, you know? I'd be traveling the world, I'd have a big stick, you know?
I'd be in League of Legends.
I'd be in League of Legends and the inspiration for many modern day media and characters. It'd be great. It's a cop-out answer, I just want superpowers.
I mean, hey, the oldest trope in basically all of history, the two oldest tropes are strongest guy and magic shithead, and Sun Wukong is both of them. So.
That's pretty great. That's pretty OP. Hi, I'm Neo. I use they and him pronouns, and I would be... I mean, do I even need to say it? I am a lycanthrope, a werewolf, a loup-garou. I am a classic werewolf. That's not even fictional. That's just me in real life.
And I have been, and will continue to be your game mistress and organizer, Julian, she, her pronouns, and I'd be a sphinx, because I'd be telling riddles, boobies out, and eating dudes, and those are three great things to do, and I continue to do them to this day. On my Hannibal shit.
Would you be a sphinx with just a human face and lion body, or what's your setup?
I like the Tor setup where it's like lion body, but then human torso emerging from where the neck should be, because I really want to have opposable thumbs.
But then still
Helpful.
bird head.
And then also, a bird head, and then wings on my shoulders, which magically are still strong enough to carry the whole lion body, and...
Write this down.
How would you wear pants?
Pantless.
Only on my arms, and that's how it really... That's the riddle.
That's the answer. That's the
Who
true
walks
answer.
on two hands? Me, idiot. So, we are going to be delving into Here, There, Be Monsters. This is a fun kind of communal game about playing a group of queer, radical, underground, revolutionary monster folk resisting against the various authoritarian, fasci, and hierarchical regimes that would keep them down. Gotta hate the man. This first episode is honestly kind of just gonna set the stage for us. It's a very communally constructed adventure format, so no in-character stuff yet. This first episode will lay out who your characters are, the nature of this kind of organization they operate within, some details about where they operate, and what you want to do in the coming adventure. Then between episodes 1 and 2, I'll take a little break, come up with some smash-bang realness for y'all, and then throw you into the meat grinder. So to begin, we are going to create our manifesto. We will take turns declaring an element, any element, that we would like to either have or not have in the game. So, for example, I want witches who cast spells about meat. I don't want cell phones. She wants tentacles. They don't want capitalism. In any case of disagreements, we'll each state our argument, either agree as a table on one side or the other, or just flip a coin if we can't decide, whatever works for us. The list is finished when someone says, okay, I think we've got enough to kind of know what we're about. So we'll just kind of keep going in circles, adding things we want and things we don't, until we feel like we've got a little kind of palette to work with. Start with you, Holly.
I want to fight fascists.
With violence?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bloody, gory, pulpy violence.
Yes.
Here, we'll go counterclockwise this time. We'll fuck up our whole order. I want gory, pulpy violence.
I was gonna say I don't know what I don't want yet.
We go just kind of one at a time. You don't have to do a want and a don't want on each
okay,
turn. You
great.
just say a thing you either want or don't want. So you've said your want. You want to fight fascists. I want gory, pulpy violence. Neo.
I want there to be a shadowy organization that gets the jump on us, and we gotta like fight our way out.
Shadowy organization that gets the jump on our heroes.
I want to discover lost, very gay secrets that help us beat these fascists.
I want technology, like cell phones and things, but I want it to be something that you have to be careful about using because of surveillance.
I like it. I want there to be a different organization of monsters from y'all's that disagrees with you all on like means or ends. I want leftist infighting. I want leftist monster infighting.
I kind of want the Bureau to maybe like be an ally force, like a contentious ally force, or like I want to kind of like maybe meet up with them.
Okay, so the Bureau as possible allies. That would also make it so that they're not the shadowy organization that gets the jump on y'all. And we've got a plethora of shadowy organizations to pull from. So I like having the Bureau, who are kind of the obvious choice, like the CIA analog, not be the shadowy organization that jumps y'all. Are we cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
The Bureau is, for the listeners who might have not read the rules, Julian, do you mind elaborating on who the Bureau is?
They're the CIA with the serial numbers filed off. They're Los Hermanos. They're exactly who you think they are when the dudes in suits wearing shades arrive to clean up the issue.
They're like the Men in Black.
Yep. They're, as quoted from the book, quote, "The Bureau are the people in black suits and dark shades. You know the ones, and they know you know. Careful, they might be watching you right now."
That's fun.
Also known as the agency, the foundation, Los Hermanos, or any other vague epithet like that. I only know they're called Los Hermanos. That is blacked out in the book under a little Sharpie scrawl, but if you have the PDF, you can copy the letters from under it individually and learn what they are.
That's great.
That's fun. As for another want, to kind of bounce off yours, I want there to be a group from that rival faction that has just as many members as we do, with maybe like, I don't know, counteractive or maybe mirrored somewhat like abilities or roles. Like, I don't know, I want there to be like maybe an interesting rival group that's maybe trying to get whatever MacGuffin or knowledge before us.
A mirrored rival party. Cool.
I want to be on the run from the shadowy organization.
I feel like that's kind of already covered with the shadowy organization that gets the jump on our heroes. That'll kind of make y'all be on the run from them.
No, I was in it.
Oh, you want to be...
I escaped.
You want to have been an escaped member. I think we've got a good list of wants. Maybe let's lay down a few don't wants, and that'll help round us out. Are we feeling good on wants? I feel like we've got a good chunk of content for 2 episodes worth of adventure. Got a couple don't wants to help put some parameters around me. Let's reverse our order so Julian has time to think. Skylar, give us a don't want.
Give us a don't want. I don't want things too clean cut. I want it to get a little messy.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no clean cut solutions. I like that.
I don't want this to be like a tech-focused adventure. I don't want it to be like hacker, you know? I want it to be more like ancient artifact.
Okay. Ancient artifact. We're definitely getting kind of a MacGuffin-y focus. I'm just gonna put in the wants just so I can remember a MacGuffin. I feel like we've kind of implicitly built a few into our other wants. The idea there will be some form of MacGuffin that's gonna matter, and it's an old secret containing MacGuffin.
I don't think I want like a Water Wars type of situation.
Yeah. We're not like deep into the apocalypse.
It's not like Mad Max.
Yeah, it's not Mad Maxy. We're still in like a Civ we would recognize to a degree. It's underground fantasy, but it's fantasy in like a modern day, relatively normie setting. I like that. I don't want violence to solve all the problems. Because with the setup we've got, I do want the violence to be fun and pulpy and gory, but I think that'll feel more satisfying to engage with if it is kind of contained to like a thing that is done to handle like the moments you get face to face with the Fash and they need some punching. Like if the answer to the Bureau and the Fash and the leftist infighting is all let's beat the shit out of each other until you're dead, then I'll be like, well, we probably should have played a game with a combat mechanic now, shouldn't we?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I think unless anyone else feels like they have a burning, like, I don't want this. I personally feel good with my wants and don't wants.
Same.
Yeah, I feel.
Do we feel good with our list?
Feel great with the list.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'll do a quick little rundown of the final form. We want to fight fascists with gory, pulpy violence. We want a shadowy organization that gets the jump on our heroes. Those are probably the fascists. We want to discover lost gay secrets that help beat them. We want tech like cell phones, but using it is dangerous because surveillance. We want leftist monstrous infighting, including a mirrored rival party. We want the Bureau as possible contentious allies, maybe due to such surveillance. Holly's character wants to be an escaped member of the shadowy, fashy organization. We want a MacGuffin to be involved in the solution. Then what we don't want is an overt focus on tech, Water Wars style apocalypse, violence solving all the problems, or clean-cut solutions. Sound good?
Yeah.
Fantastic. From here, it is time to create our characters. So, all of you are going to come up with a name and or a call sign for your character, what others can call them, and the pronouns they use, and then select a background for your character. What were they? What did they do before this story began? I believe all three of you have selected from the list of 100 available backgrounds. Yes, did anyone make a custom one?
No.
No.
Cool. So, now we are going to go over and each introduce our characters, introduce their name or call sign, whatever they get called, along with their pronouns, and then read for me the background description for your character that you chose from the list of 100 options in the book. Give us a little visual description, and then once the visual description comes to a close, ask another player to give a small detail that they think is fitting to add to your description. You can use the detail they give as they give it, or you can twist it in your own image if you want to fit it into your mental stack.
Cool. Well, my character's name is Electra. She uses she, they pronouns, and she is an oracle. You can tell the future, but only in pretty vague terms. How do your prophecies appear to you? Do they come as dreams, visions, whispers in your ear? Do you need to be high to see them? Or maybe it's only when you dream. Whenever you meet that trigger, roll a d6. The result is between 1 and 3. You can't remember the vision afterwards. If it's 4 or 5, you can recall it as a mysterious metaphor to be deciphered. If you get a 6, their meaning is clear, and you immediately understand them. Electra has dyed black hair and almost like a Mia Wallace cut. The blunt bangs bob combo. Usually, I think with a bit of a baseball hat and like a workman jacket that kind of engulfs her. And she has like, I feel like some deep set eyes.
Sunken. I like it. Who do you want to query for a detail?
Neo.
I think it'd be really cool if your character had like a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
I was literally also thinking that. Like, I was thinking like a full like sleeve.
I think that's cool.
I'm thinking like maybe even like occult tattoos. Like maybe that was part of the almost like inscribing sigils into one's body to like manifest magic.
Can I add one more idea on that?
Yes, and I actually had an idea that I was going to twist it.
What if, in the wake of receiving a vision, there's a tattoo on her body that changes in some way?
Something I was thinking, because I'm very interested in learning about shitty people in history and how they're actually losers. There's a podcast called Behind the Bastards that I think does a very good job of that. And there is a common thing in cults where they will do some sort of like branding of women, whether that is like physical or having them tattooed. And I like to imagine that some of the tattoos are cover-ups of this like kind of fascist branding. Because I also even saw like that one supermodel like who is like super Mormon trad wife, like wears all these clothes like with her husband's name on it. And so it's like that like imagery of like women being branded with men's names on them to then be taken out of that, and like the dyed black hair and the tattoos over it is very evocative to me.
I like that. That's
I like
cool.
that. That's cool. That's cool.
It's very cool.
Awesome.
With that, I'll introduce my character. They go by the name Silas Rowe, and like myself, he, they pretty interchangeably, as they are a fox spirit, spending most of the time in fox form. But I'll give a description first. The fox spirit, you're way older than you look. The older a fox is, the more tails it has, and the more powerful it is. So, how many tails do you have? Are you immortal? Are you in human or fox shape most of the time? Do you have a favorite human form you like to assume? Whatever it is, people will find it astonishing. Do you take advantage of that to seduce them? Do you retain any fox traits like ears or tails while passing for human? Is it true that you need to wear a human skull over your head in order to change shapes? Did you have a human person or family that you protected with your magic? What happened to them? Are you a spirit or a regular fox who got incredibly old and thus extremely powerful? Whatever the case, write your tags and accordingly take a magic tag, which we'll get into later. So my idea for Silas Rowe is that they were an incorporeal spirit of a fox that eventually made manifest into physicality. They spend most of their time in fox form, and in fox form, in both forms honestly, they are old as all hell looking. The fox form is big, almost like a dire wolf size, but with clear fox features, still like gray and faded, with bits of scarring and a necklace of 12 human skulls, with, despite how old they appear, a shockingly low 3 tails. In human form, they are a frail, kind of skinny but tall and slender old man in a jet black suit. Both forms have like a scar over the eye. This human form is adorned with lots of jewelry on the knuckles, a cane that has a skull on it, of course, and very faded features, but of course still has that weird foxy charm and allure.
Nice. Who do you want to give you an extra detail for the character?
I guess I'll pass it on to Holly.
I think you have yellow eyes. Like pretty piercing yellow eyes.
Are we thinking they are like fox eyes where they're like kind of vertical like cats? Like they have like the slits?
Wow, you look up fox eye on Google Images, you got a lot of really good makeup advice.
True. Oh, they do have
Oh, they do
that.
have vertical. Oh, wow, fox eyes are deceptive. They are slit vertical, but there's a darkening of the iris around their pupil that makes the pupil look round.
Yeah.
Ooh, very trickstery.
Very, yeah, like looks human from a distance and then you get close.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that kind of
yes.
plays into, they said you should take like a detail of foxes in your human form. That's kind of like a subtle and very intimidating one to take. I kind of like that.
Love it. Perfect. Neo.
Yeah, so my character is Ernest J. Powell. He uses he, him pronouns. He's like a nebbish 30-year-old, but he has the soul of an old man. I would say, you know, like every depiction of Watson ever? Just kind of like stocky dude with like a mustache and kind of like some sweater vest situation. Think like that. Ernest is an antiquarian. Somebody call Marie Kondo, we found a hoarder. Can all that junk really spark joy? Take one magical item that sparks joy and explain why you're in this line of work. Define your specialty within the field with a do tag. I'm sort of doing a wombo combo here because that's Ernest's background. Because Ernest is possessed. There is someone or something else inside you. Sometimes you can keep it in check, sometimes you lose control. Sometimes it takes over your body. Where do you go when it's in charge? How well do you two get along? How green is your puke? Ask someone else to write half your tags, so you can use those if you allow whatever's possessing you to take over for a moment. They can take the magic tag if they want. You probably can't.
Oh, that's so good.
So my vibe for Ernest is kind of a Jekyll and Hyde situation, where, you know, Ernest is Dr. Jekyll, kind of a put-together, nebbish sort of, a bookish antiquarian, and then his Hyde persona is whatever ghost or spirit or cursed object he probably found while antiquing and was then subsequently possessed by.
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
That's so good.
So I was hoping maybe either Julian or even all three of you can contribute to the other 3 tags.
Given that it's 3 tags, I kind of like
We
each of
each
us
make one.
giving you one.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
That'll be
Great.
rad. Who do you want to ask for an additional visual detail for Ernest or what Ernest looks like when it go happen?
I'll ask you, our lovely dungeon mistress or organizer. What's a detail about Ernest?
I think his head turns around 180 degrees when he gets possessed and he starts walking backwards. And like his joints get all fucked up so he can still do shit like behind him as though he was doing it in front of himself.
Thanks,
oh
I
my
hate it.
god. So when he's possessed, he's like,
Yeah, like his whole body's getting mangled and fucked. And like when he gets unpossessed, like he feels it like, oh, like he kind of slept funny, but he doesn't feel a proportionate amount of pain. He feels like generic dude in his 30s, my body is starting to ache sometimes kind of aches when he comes out of it. And everyone around him is like, your head like
spun around.
spun 180 degrees and then 180 more degrees around again. So your head has gone in a full circle. And he's like, I slept kind of funny.
Actually, super
Horrifying.
convenient. He can actually just pretty easily scratch that like part in the back between your shoulders that you can't quite
Oh,
reach.
yeah.
Super easy.
Do you like that for the possession aesthetic?
I like that. I think
Awesome.
that's like fucked up and cool.
That
It
is
kind of
fucked
reminds
up
me
and
of
cool.
like a whole body Rakshasa.
Oh, because his hands would be backwards. Oh, that's great. Perfect. Okay, y'all. So we have got our characters laid out. I love this trio. This is so good. Now is a little time for us all to have our silent writing time and get our tags assigned, which we'll then go around and read. You are going to assign 6 tags in total to each of the 3 types. There are be, have, and do tags. B tags are anything that significantly defines your character, like they are deeply empathetic, they're an amateur coroner, there is none more goth, they're the life of the party. Have tags are anything important that your character carries with them, literally or not, like they have their mother's sword, or a worn grimoire, or a broken heart, or the hopes of their people. Finally, do tags are anything your character knows how to do especially well, like car theft, or taekwondo, or getting themselves out of trouble, or eating anything, or stuff like that. Obviously, as these examples show, there is a lot of porousness at the edge of these tags. There's a lot of things that you could frame as a B tag, or a have tag, or a do tag. I think the example they give here in the book is you could have friends in high places, or you could be friends with influential people. So, that's the kind of flexibility you have to get 2 of each and still kind of craft the character you want. So, everyone take a little time, get yours defined. Some of us have backgrounds that preordain some of the specific tags. The rest are yours to do with as you will. If you have a magic tag, the magic tag can be a be or a have or a do tag, but it will occupy one of those 3 and one of your 6 in total. And let's have each of us write a tag as well for Ernest's possessed form. We'll do this above mic and then we'll come back.
Want to see your ad here? Send us an email at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, because we understand that even the littlest voices can have large ideas. But until then, thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. We hope that you've enjoyed this break. Now, let's get back to the show.
Everybody got their tags ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Holly, let's have
Indeed.
you go first.
All right, so Electra is deeply paranoid, but she is also a good listener. Those are my 2 B tags. My 2 have tags are I have ties to people on the other side, and I have a dented baseball bat.
Nice.
My 2 do tags are Electra is good at disappearing into a crowd, and they are good at smooth talking.
Nice. I like it. Skylar.
Hell yeah. So for Silas Rowe, the B's are driven by revenge and a watchful guardian. For his halves, they have an alluring aura and a collection of human skulls.
Nice.
For dues, they can cast ancient magics, and also as a due, I could bear my fangs.
Very cool. And Neo, let's have Ernest's 3 Ernest tags, and then we'll all give you your various other tags.
Great. Ernest's B is that he is a gay nerd. Ernest's have is Ernest has the appraiser's spectacles. Because as an antiquarian, I get 1 extra magic item or artifact. And then my do is I speak with inanimate objects. Whether or not this is a power is unclear.
What are you calling your possessed self?
Well, I was thinking, honestly, like, it feels like very nerdy and literary to just call him Hyde. You know?
could alternatively go with Seek.
That's, I like that better. I think it's, yeah.
That's good.
We'll do a riff. We'll do a twist on it.
Yeah,
Classic twist.
It's a classic twist. Great, perfect.
Seek. Okay, got that in my notes. So now we'll distribute Seek's tags.
Seek is an evil British man because I want to hear Neo do that accent.
Oh no, not my terrible British accent.
Seek is cursed because, he stole all those artifacts.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the collective, I wouldn't even call it British guilt because they're proud of the fact that they stole the artifacts, so it's just the spirit of greed.
Yeah.
The spirit of greed, innit?
Spirit of greed, isn't it?
On the topic of that, I've given you what every dignified old British gentleman of that sort would have had, a curiosity cabinet or a curiosity chest. And specifically, this is a chest, as in your chest cavity, which when possessed, Seek can open Ernest's chest cavity and pull out some curio from his curiosity cabinet. It can be helpful to whatever situation you are in, but it must be old-timey, delicate, fragile, or cumbersome in some way.
Amazing, I love it.
And terrifying. And with that, for Seek's due, Seek can almost perfectly climb nearly any surface. In a shorter terms, Seek's great at clambering, baby.
All right, Seek do clamber.
Fantastic. Wow. To round out our halves, each of you are going to get 1 additional magical artifact, and it is going to be randomized. This is as per the artifact rules on page 113. You can have 1 additional one beyond your halves. Let's start with Holly. Roll me this d12.
11.
You have a flashlight. This is an active item, so it is a chance to be expended every time you use it. It allows you to see otherworldly creatures, spirits, demons, and immaterial beings.
Wait, that's actually stupidly fitting for what you were talking about earlier with some of your tags. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You just shine your flashlight on me and I'm like glowing like a Christmas tree.
We'll turn that off for now.
Excellent. I got 3, which is
A mummified tongue of a monk, another active item. This can transport you to any place you have in mind when you lick it.
This is actually the one that I wanted the most. I was looking at these earlier. That's awesome.
Perfect. And then the extra one for Ernest, who starts with 2.
5.
5, you start with a tarot deck, another active component.
Oh my god, this is
depicts
perfect.
56 common items and 22 stranger versions of ordinary objects. Whenever you shuffle and draw a card, you can burn it to make the item materialize.
Oh my god.
That is great, but it also kind of overlaps a lot with your existing
chest
curio chest.
thing.
Do you want to roll another one?
Yeah, that's too many.
The item already
kinda like
found
that.
you.
Yeah, it's like I was
fated.
born.
I was born with a curio chest.
6.
Right after it in order, a piece of paper active that looks like any official ID that you need.
Yo.
But you have no control over what it says, but it will represent authority for the beholder.
Your name is McLovin?
Perfect.
Oh, just a note for the audience. The Appraiser's Spectacles is a custom-made item that I came up with. It is not listed in the original list. The gimmick of the item is it displays something like average MSRP of object, origin of object, rough estimate of when it was made, material likelihood, rarity points, whatever. Just
Prior ownership, maybe, like last person who owned this, etc.
yeah,
Everything you'd learn on Pawn Stars.
exactly. Nothing a little research couldn't do.
Alrighty. That gets us on to our next step, a little quick summary of how you all joined into this group together with each other. So we've got a little bit of context already from our earlier want creation. We know that Holly, your character, is an oracular escapee, someone who has fled this fashy org. We have specifically determined which of the orgs that Holly's character has fled from: the Watchers of the Many-Angled One, neo-Nazi occultists, guided by the resurrected Julius Evola. So, do we have a thought that that is something kind of defining for all of the members of the group, that you all have some sort of relationship to the Watchers of the Many-Angled One, or is there something else that brought you all together?
Well, in my description for my tags, I had written out that they're driven by revenge, I think. So maybe they could be connected to this, evil Julius guy or one of his commanders or something. Because if my need for revenge is also tied to Holly's running away thing, that could easily bring the characters together.
So we've got for Silas, the Watchers of the Many-Angled One took your husband, killed your lovely husband. For Electra, she is an escaped member of this cult. If we have maybe a relationship from the cult to Ernest, this can kind of maybe be a unifying factor that drove you all together.
Yeah, I like that. Well, Nazi occultists are really interested in ancient cursed artifacts, as is Ernest. True. And so maybe they're often like at a loggerhead, they're trying to get the same stuff. Ernest is like, no, that's not how you use it. You're using it incorrectly. You're misinterpreting the symbols. There's also kind of a pedantry angle, but like definitely like a, hey, get your hands off that artifact. It's mine.
Ernest doesn't like them because they're Nazis. Seek doesn't like them because they're bad antiquarians.
Yes.
So funny.
I like to think that that this was maybe already an established group that Electra then saw in a vision, and she knew to find you guys.
Oh, I
like that.
That's like how she got out, was in one of her visions, saw her own escape.
Yes.
Ooh, I love that.
So we described earlier that we're gonna have like another group of monsters who kind of disagrees with our methods, and we also very much know that we are gonna be having a lot of bloody, pulpy violence. Are we sort of the more like active, violent, revolutionary group as akin to maybe the rivals being more, quiet, maybe we talk things out type beat?
Or maybe like, hey, our resources are better focused on mutual aid. We should be putting our focus into the community, and y'all are more focused on, no, our resources are best put into blowing the Nazis up. Like,
Yeah.
Which
I kind of like that.
I feel like a very classic leftist infighting thing.
That's definitely the type of organization that Silas would find themselves in alignment with,
Yeah.
and has been blowing up Nazis for a very long time.
I think by that proxy, it's sort of funny you mention that, because I imagine Ernest is a very nebbish sort of dude. He doesn't look like he knows how to fight, but Seek is very violent.
Yeah.
Seek is violent. Boy, I'll stab you, Roy. Real shanky. And so I think maybe Ernest got kicked out of the last group because they're like, you're too violent. Or it's like, I'm not! You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, like,
Oh
you
my
can't control your monstrousness, you need to leave.
Wait,
Yeah.
an ex-member of the opposite monster group is hilarious.
The pacifist monster group is really solid. That's
I
a very
really
funny
do like
bit.
the kind of leftist infighting / irony of me being canceled for my monstrousness that I can't control. Huh, funny.
Wow.
It's almost like we're monsters.
Wow. Damn.
I also like the idea of like I went to this group because I'm like, she's like, I like fucking got out of here. Like, no, like I'm like, these are bad people. We can't just like morality win against them. Like, and also like, I'm not gonna be with people that I don't trust aren't just going to give me back to them.
Yeah, they
If it like benefits the community at large.
Maybe we're a splinter group.
Yeah.
Maybe we were originally part of this greater collective, and then both of us were like excised due to our suspicions with the ties to the occult. Like they just couldn't let go of your past. For you, they like weren't aligning with your political ideals of violence and retribution. And for me, they canceled me because I was too violent, even though I wasn't.
I love it.
Yeah, I do like the idea because I actually did kind of have that idea that this rival group would see me as a liability.
Right.
That's like, well, you're hurting the community at large because you're bringing, like, you're a threat.
So that would kind of automatically imply that our group is younger and smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
a splinter.
And I like that, yeah.
We're a splinter group from the main collective.
Yeah, and maybe not even that the collective is inherently like hyper pacifist, but that they're, you know, they've started to get burdened with kind of the cruft of size, right? Like they like things are starting to get bureaucratic. They're starting to get slow. They're starting to get like, oh no, everything has to be put to a vote, right? Like they're doing the kind of like things that in theory make for good organizational praxis, but in action like lead to a lot of organizational slowdown. And you're all are like, we need to go and kill those guys tonight. Like we need to get out
Yeah.
and blow them up because they're in our neighborhood.
I would love if each of us could maybe roll on the group traits and each roll for a group NPC.
Yeah, well, that'll be step right after the one we're on right now, which is
Great.
giving the name to the group itself.
Oh, the name.
I think we got a pretty good vibe for it. We just need a name for this splinter group.
Do we want to be like the new wounds or something, like to indicate like
Fresh-
ooh,
the fresh
or-
wounds.
Yeah, or I was like the fresh bloods or something. Like or is that too on the nose maybe or something?
I think it's maybe a little.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
kinda my
hard. It's
thought.
like how do you create a fantasy revolutionary name?
Well, yeah, because you have to think, if we're a splinter group, then you have to think about, well, what's the name of our original group? I feel like the original
The
group...
original group will come up with a name, and then y'all's name is the real
Yeah.
same name.
I don't know why.
The cooler Daniel?
The cooler Daniel.
I imagine that the group that we left was called Prism for some reason.
That's a
Something-
great name.
Yeah.
Great. Oh,
And then we're Fracture.
Can I... Wait, that's actually so dope.
There we go.
Prism
See, we didn't need to come up
Got
with the
it.
place we left.
That's right. Wait, I want to add collective, because that's like such a...
The Prism
Prism
Collective.
Collective, yes.
It's giving like sign up for our mailing list and learn about mutual aid in your community, and it's like these are all good things. But can I have a gun? Can I use it to
yeah.
hate baby?
Society has collapsed enough that it's like, let's go.
I'll be back on your email list once things are a little more simmered down.
Yeah, I'll read your Substack later.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Substack. Okay, so Prism Collective, from which you all are just Fracture.
Yes.
Yes.
I love it.
That's
Oh,
great.
that's so good. Okay, perfect. We've got our group.
Yo,
Let's-
high fives all around. Okay,
Yeah,
that was
great
sweet.
job.
We're a little too far away to high five.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll add it in post. I won't.
Yeah, let's create a few NPCs, make our haven, and we'll know exactly what we need to get started. So each of you are going to make an NPC, a little supporting character to be part of this Fracture group.
Because there's the D20 list. We
Yeah,
can all-
we've got a list we can roll on. So let's maybe let's have each of us roll. Like if you have one already immediately in mind, feel free to just lay them out. But rolling, at least for initial inspiration, is a great way to start. We've got this big old D20 list to roll on.
Should we
Oh.
also roll the D12 list of the group traits?
Yes.
We can decide if we like them, if like it doesn't really fit with what we've done before, but it just could be fun.
Let's roll a D12 and choose between the two options. So, 6. Well, I know the answer to this one. The dichotomy here is you are cautious in your operations versus you behave boldly in the field.
It's perfect.
I think we've defined that one already. Let's do another. 4. You are more or less new to this, or you have ancient origins. Feel like...
I think we have ancient origins just because of Silas.
Yeah.
That's true, and we also come from, like, I think Silas has been around, in the Prism Collective for a long time and was maybe one of the first diverts.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's necessarily, like, the leader, but he's definitely one of the oldest and most experienced people for Fracture.
Someone folks look to in the group for just, like, lived experience. They're like, you have been around for 300 years. You kind of you have a lot to pull from. Yeah, so a mix, right? Ancient origins in a new direction.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, you are already targeted by some faction, or you are a secret outside the underworld. I guess the question is, that leads into an interesting question. When you're doing your attacks or your counter-surge stuff against the Nazi cult, are you using, like, the name of the Prism Collective? Are you trying to be like, look, the Prism Collective has committed to more direct action now? Or are you saying, like, we're Fracture and we've left the Prism Collective behind?
I think the latter.
I think the
I think
latter.
so.
You're too proud.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day,
We don't
while
wanna
we
give them credit.
disagree on the bigger pictures, there is still good that comes from, the community outreach and some of the more passive influences. We don't want those people hurt. They are still allies. We're just the ones taking that next step.
Yeah.
And so I think in a line with being brave on the field, we're willing to just out ourselves. Like, fuck with us.
Yeah.
I dare you.
I also really love that Skylar and Neo, your respective answers lined up with your character and your possessed character perfectly, where Silas gives like an impassioned rundown of the reasons for, claiming this individuality and separating out Prism for the sake of their safety, and Seek would go like, we're not giving them the credit. I blew them up.
I'm doing the stabbing.
Oh, yeah, no, we have to remember it's like a grizzly Cuno.
Zeke doesn't fucking care.
I think we've got a very good sense for this group. All right, let's come up with some NPCs and we're ready to rock. Start with you, Neo. Roll me a d20.
10.
F. Stein, a mad scientist with the heart of a poet.
Oh, I love that.
Any notes, quibbles, changes, details you want to throw on there?
They insist it's Steen.
Okay, perfect. Oh, it's... You know what? I did just realize the pun of that.
Frankenstein.
Mad scientist with the heart of a poet in their hands. Still beating.
Still beating.
Perfect. Epstein.
Yeah. They, they'll sew you up. They'll put you back together. They're not a doctor, but, if your limb falls off, you talk to Steen.
I love it. Sky, roll us a d20.
Excellent.
But you can't call them doctor because they actually never quite finish their doctorate.
Yeah.
I got 9, which is C. Fran, a grumpy cat person who hates movies.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Is that a play of Fran Lebowitz?
That's very funny.
Wait, is it? I suppose it is?
It could be. I like the idea.
Cat Fran Lebowitz is a good image in my head.
Who's part of Fracture, a violent organization. Mm-hmm. So, damn.
I'd like to think that they're the doorman. that they're like the first person who greets you when you enter the establishment.
I don't know how much doorman makes sense as a role in community for a violent anarchist commune. But
No.
I don't know. I just want a lot of people to see this guy.
I feel like they are someone who you will definitely meet within 5 minutes because they definitely need to be known by everybody who joins.
Yes.
Is the vibe I'm getting off of that. Okay, cool. Fran. What does Fran do? Fran helps wherever Fran can help. Fran does not necessarily have some grand specific skill set. Fran's always there to lend a helping hand, but they will grouse and grump and moan the whole time, and they don't come... No, they do come to movie night.
Specifically to complain.
To loudly complain about everything in the film.
Wow.
My verisimilitude is healed.
All right. 12. Ooh. L lose. A shy medium who tends to the spirits of lost birds.
Aww.
The loos.
Oh, and I like that you rolled the medium because it feels kind of like a little fitting that the oracle and the medium might have a kind of a connection.
Yeah.
Can I also backtracking insert something? I have a fierce rivalry with Fran.
With the grumpy cat person who hates movies.
Yeah, Silas.
Spitting and hissing at each other.
Yeah.
Silas the cinephile over here. Like,
Yeah,
it's Kino. Amazing. Oh, on the topic of you, Silas, there was one element we forgot to do earlier. You're the magician of the group. We're going to need to roll some magic words for you. Roll me a d4 to show me how many magic words you get.
3.
Pretty good.
It's pretty good.
One for each tail.
One for each
Oh, that rules.
That does rule.
So take these 2 d6. You're rolling on a d66 table. Blue is going to be your x-axis and green is your y-axis.
Okay, excellent. So my first one is 5 across, 2 down. It's void.
Okay, nice and subtle to start.
Nice and subtle.
Void.
Excellent. Next is 1-1. It's fire.
Whoa!
Wow, okay.
Fire
Okay.
boy, fire boy.
Primordial as hell.
And last, 3 across, 5 down is change.
Wow. Change, void, and fire. That
write
is...
those
That's kind of the
down.
Kitsune kit right there.
Yeah, wow. It's also
Evocative.
the opening of Dark Souls. But I guess Dark Souls' opening is just the opening of all, like, how did the world begin fantasy, now that I think about it. So you know what? Fitting. We've got just one last thing to define, which is what is your haven? Where is it that all of these fine, bizarro folks gather together? I'll read out the little thing they have here. Your haven is your community's home base, a safe place where you go when you need to retreat, plan, hide, rest, and chill. It exists in its own pocket dimension apart from baseline reality and is accessible only by the group's members. Decide together on its size and its features. What does it look like? I would really love it if we each made a roll on the Haven features tables, because there's exactly 4 of them. Who wants to roll for the physical structure of the place?
How about you do it?
We are in an extra-dimensional ship.
Okay.
Oh, a ship. I have a notion for this. Instead of a boat, I kind of like the idea that this is a, like, decommissioned, never got finished constructing after NASA lost funding, like, rocket ship that never launched.
Wait.
That y'all, like, heisted out of reality from a, like, aerospace museum.
Whoa.
That's
I was
actually
also
sick.
thinking it was like in a museum.
And y'all were like, I want that. It'd be so cool to be inside. And now you have to deal with the reality that's like, oh, spaceships are kind of cramped, actually. They're
Yeah.
not super luxurious. Who wants to roll for the utilities?
I'll do it. That is 9. Doctor on site. Steen.
Fantastic. We have kind of already established Steen is here. Do you want to roll one more time?
Yeah, let's do that.
We've had our second moment where the dice have validated an existing choice.
12 has a supercomputer.
That kind of conflicts with our desire to be not too tech dependent.
That's,
So
I
let's
was
That's
just
true.
gonna say.
3, a training room.
I like that. The
Okay.
image of a element of an interior of a spaceship getting repurposed for training is very funny. I'm imagining zero gravity weight training.
Yeah, like one of those
Perfect.
things that like spins you around really fast.
They
or
put you
whatever.
in the cycle. Who wants to roll for the vibe?
Neo, do you want to do vibe or the last one?
I want to do the last one.
All right, I'll do vibe. Cluttered.
Sounds about right.
What is it?
Sounds about right.
Is a decommissioned rocket ship too future cyberpunk-esque?
I'm thinking it's like
Not at all. This is from
Like-
the 1900s.
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say like
old.
old. Yeah.
Yeah, like a thing that would have gone to the moon, but they were like, well, we already went to the moon. We don't got to go again.
Right.
Get rid of the funding.
Okay,
We're in like a big narrow tube, like made of
Got it.
metal.
Yeah.
got it.
This ain't the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And then Neo is rolling for our access mode. What do you have to access to get to this extra dimensional rocket ship?
Good thing I didn't roll 11, which is death. Instead, I rolled 7, drugs. You gotta get high to get on the spaceship. Oh my god.
Wait, that's pretty sick. That actually is dope as fuck.
What kind of drugs do we want it to be?
I want it to be something you smoke.
Yeah, it's gotta be something you smoke.
You gotta be.
Yeah. It's your to the moon weed.
Yeah.
Do we just call it moon weed? Is that like what the group calls it?
It could be interesting if we want to do like a weed pun. It's like purple haze, but it's literally a purple mist that you have to put in your pipe or your hookah or whatever.
Got that retrograde reefer.
Yeah.
Is it sort of like you smoke the joint and then you're shrouded in mist and then you appear and then your physical body is in the spaceship? Or is it that you're smoking like shisha in like a weird hookah bar and your body goes flump, but your mind is there?
I think the first, because there's an emphasis the idea that you're like physically safe and away from reality when you're in the haven. So I like the idea that you do truly like transport there.
Wait, I like the idea. What if it's you have to like take a rip of this, blow it onto a surface, and then step through it?
Oh, that's cool.
Like a portal.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Let's do that.
And you
I
do
love
still
it.
get high as fuck.
Oh yeah, you have to. The secondhand smoke alone, crazy.
Wait, that's honestly why we have C-Fran. Everyone comes in high as hell and likes to pet him. That's why he's so grumpy.
Cat boy Fran Lebowitz cannot stop getting pet by stoner losers.
Wow.
And all the energy he could be using to incite direct action is spent doing Statler and Waldorf bullshit about 90s things they have on tape.
Wow.
This is a truly anarchist organization.
Hell yeah.
I think we know exactly what kind of vibe we're walking our way into. With that, I think I've got everything I need to craft our adventure. Thank you all for joining this lovely, chaotic assortment as we weave together this initial scenario. I'm very excited to see where everything goes from here. 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff.
Yeah, all right. So let me just... Yeah. We'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Later, everyone.
Hi, and thank you for listening to our podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then we'd really appreciate if you left us a review. If you really like what we do here and want to support us further, you can join us at patreon.com/tinytablepodcast. Our business email is also open for inquiries at tinytablebusiness@gmail.com, and all of our socials can be found in the episode description for any shenanigans you might want to follow. Till next time, see ya!
Welcome to the Shoutout Corner. This week, I'm going to be assigning you monsters from the Here, There, Be Monsters character background list by rolling a D100. That's how many options there are. Let's get it started. So, Drake, you are a filmmaker. E.g., you're a journalist. These don't sound super horrific. Not a lot like monsters yet. I don't know, maybe journalists, who knows. For Jade, you've been assigned a witch. Ooh. Next up, we have Jordan, who is an anthropomorphic manifestation. Oh, that one's kind of spicy. For Cly, we have a fae. How magical. Logan, you are an Atlantis refugee. Matthew, you are a failed experiment. That's not an insult. That's just what I rolled. Nancy, you are the Boto. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Pleasure Goblin, this week you've been assigned the Oracle. Ooh. Oh, just like Electra. Wow. Sparky, you are a polymorph. For Stefan, this week you are a genie. That's with a J, not a G like in Aladdin. Anyway. Tammy, this week you are a fox spirit. Oh, just like Silas. Okay. Yo, shout out, Mom. Anyway. The first 4 notes of Megalovania. Ooh, we rolled a high one for you. You are a visceral hunger. That's pretty metal. Yeah, that's pretty sick. I like that one. And lastly, thy dungeon gal, you are a shaman. And before we end off here, Stefan, I'd like to deeply apologize. I think we've had you missing on our shoutouts for roughly 7 weeks. So I'm just gonna roll you 7 more, and you can be you get your pick. You get your pick this week. You get a whole load, a whole roster, as my deep and sincerest apologies. All right, here we go. So, in addition to your first one, you've also got a reptilian, a half-demon, a young, deviant, badass Chelonian? I don't know how to pronounce that, but you are that. You have that in your repertoire. A doctor, a preacher, a medium, and a bartender. Wow. So, on top of being several monsters, you also just do several cool jobs really well. Congrats, and sorry again for the goof, but thank you. We appreciate you. My bad. For these, I definitely recommend getting the book to check out all the dope art as well as the flavor text and descriptions. So be good, support your local queer creators, and we'll see you next week. Bye!